Hey guys, I'm going to show you some exercises which I'm doing before. I'm doing some soloing stuff because you have to get your hand into motion so that works really well, so that the blood is flowing. And I'd like to show you some things I'd like to practice before I go into soloing. Might probably be useful for advanced players as well as for beginners or intermediate players, or whatever player you are. Just I think it might be useful for anyone. Just maybe get some new ideas you haven't heard of, or just you can see how I'm doing this stuff. So first I'd like to massage my wrist and my fingers so they get the blood flowing here, because I just recently got a hand injury and I was out for like 1.5 months, and it was crazy. I couldn't move my wrist much, and it was really weird and scary. Because I used to playing a lot of crazy arpeggios, crazy tapping stuff, crazy whatever, and whatever crazy things I was learning, and now kaboom, I've got this whole hand injury. I was put off. Here I do something. I don't know, you could also do this kind of stuff, rotating your wrists. I don't know, just any kind of exercise is really good. You could also, you play guitar, do some stuff, whatever you're doing, and then you, I don't know, just put off your guitar, go somewhere, just move your wrist, move your hands, so that you're not in one motion all the time. You're not working in one motion. So yeah, I've actually got a list of things I wanted to show you. When I pick up the guitar, I like to do some chromatic kind of stuff. Just not any particular, scale or something like that, but just, just use all of the fingers, something like that. It gets your fingers going. You can do it as slow or as fast as you like to do it. I mean, if you can't do it fast, just do something like this. I don't know. Or do it faster. And then after this chromatic stuff, you feel a little bit better with your hand. And then there's I like to do arpeggios, but just if you know, for example, all the arpeggio shapes, and for example in A minor, I played them in A minor, and you know the notes. And for example, you can start by picking each note 4 times. For example, probably know this arpeggio pattern. The root note is here, F, it's F, and I will start from A. just 4 notes for each string. And actually, if you know the arpeggio scales, it's really cool that you kind of do shapes, yeah? You just revise these shapes, and at the same time you work with your right hand. So I would do something like this, and I would just change to the next arpeggio. I would arpeggiate the next chord, you know? I would start with F, and then I'd go with G, and I'd go with A minor, then B diminished, C major, D minor, and E minor. So look what you got. That's it. Those were, for example, D shapes. You do the same stuff with some other shapes. For example, A shapes. For example, I start from D minor, go to E minor, F major, G major, A minor. And here's C. And, for example, you can do the same stuff with E shape arpeggios. You know these large arpeggios, 6-string arpeggios. This minor shape and this major. And you can do the same stuff with them. And another thing you could do is use the same shapes, and then again you work, it's your right hand that works. And you can do 3 notes on each string. Use the same, whatever arpeggio patterns that you know the best. Set it, you know, the left hand is not working against your right hand, because you're kind of, you know, I don't know, kind of revising your right hand, but still revising your left hand. So, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the pattern is 1, 2, 3, the next string 1, 2, 3. And you'll see that the pattern kind of alternate picking works differently. You know, you have down, up, down, and the next string is up. So make sure you memorize that. the same you can do with playing two notes on each string. Take some pattern, I don't know, for example, you know, A minor pattern. You take 1, 2, 1, 2. It's also a really interesting way how to play arpeggios, you know, because a lot of people know they can play arpeggios like this. And you can just express yourself, just try different kinds of things, you know. To exercise my hand into playing pentatonic, for example, minor pentatonic. But I don't like to do exercises like just playing pentatonic, just like you usually play. I like to do some legato stuff. And for example, if you know the first shape of pentatonic, it's really cool that you know all the shapes across the neck. So that you can do your practice routine some good, because that's where your playing gets going and it becomes really cool. Just look at this. This kind of pattern, and you can do this just in the opposite direction. And also I like to do this kind of, you know, it's legato, but kind of a sweepish thing with your right hand, you know, because you're actually, you know, in the future, just it might develop into some kind of really cool thing. For example, let's take, we have A here, and just take from G. It's going to be a different shape. Just okay, let's take the second shape, starting from A is first. Now this one. Next one. This one is tricky. The next one. And the last one. You can actually practice some specific parts from some pentatonic stuff like this. For example, it's really weird that you use first finger, third, and then you use your second and fourth. This kind of motion probably feels a little bit weird for your left hand, but it's definitely worth playing it and exercising so that you can do it well. And after you do these kinds of exercises, you can really play fast across the neck, also using pentatonic. then, for example, it's a really cool thing. This is where we start dealing with some scales. For example, as I said, I like to play in A minor, and I'll start from A. I'll actually start from A here, up an octave, now, just to get my fingers moving, we're going to play some pattern, because there are different kinds of guitar players have given advice on how to get your hands start moving in order to later deal with some fast playing stuff across the neck. First you can do is to play A here, A, B, C, and D here, and back. You can play it like this. Next, you can do it like this. You play when you go even up one note, and then you come back. And now you do this like this. Guess what? Now you move up one note higher like this. It's a really repetitive kind of thing, but it gets your fingers moving. The same you can do just with some different stuff, for example. And now, can actually do this kind of, 3 notes per string kind of thing, or something similar. I mean, I don't know, just take C major scale, starting from C here. Just kind of this routine that I showed you previously, which really helps with your right hand picking and all that. So you can do these kind of fast runs later, which you do from one place to another, and sometimes it's a really wide interval or something like that. But you're just prepared for that. You can do actually other patterns, just like something like that, or not this, but kind of this thing. Kind of a now classical thing. Now we can start with revising arpeggios and sweeping arpeggios, because I like sweeping technique. Some people prefer other techniques. Some people just choose notes differently, because these arpeggios, some arpeggios are really straightforward. It's the first, the third, and the fifth. Now, of the chord, of course. I played like this. I usually play in A minor here. So let's start from F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Start like this. They were D-shaped arpeggios. And there are A-shaped arpeggios. I like to choose this note because this is the 7th, so the octave is here, but just a wide stretch. Not really a cool thing to do for my just recently injured hand. You can do these 6-string arpeggios. So that's it. Basically, you can do this kind of stuff. It's always actually really important not just get carried away with the whole kind of play as fast as you can kind of thing, because you won't get better by just playing fast just all of a sudden like that. Just have to develop your skill gradually. So I'd take some arpeggio and I'd play so that I feel really comfortable with my right hand and left hand. So I wanted to build up the speed gradually and make it clean. Cleanness has been one of my top priorities. So the faster you do, the more difficult it is to play really clean. Actually, if you practice slow, you'll get good results. Now, this is basically what I do before playing some soloing stuff, so it really warms up my hand in different ways. I can use whatever technique or something like that if I use it in some kind of thing, whatever I would play.